Hello, I'm going to show you around the Nexus Care Server reporting functionality. So as previously, you need to log on to the Nexus Care Server. To do that, you need the IP address of the Nexus Care Server. In this case, it's 192.168.0.230. Yours will be different, and you'll need to have a record of this if you provide a point of installation. As you can see from the screen here, I've already done that, and I've got the welcome screen, so I need to log on to the system. You'll need to put your administration password, username and password in there, and click sign in. Upon sign in, you'll be greeted with the welcome splash page, and along the left hand side you'll have a number of icons. You can see the second one from the top is reporting, so if you click on that, we can start to look at reporting. Here you have a number of different areas that we can report on. Alert devices are residents, users are staff member, zones are wings or areas for your building that you limit report alerts to. Buildings is basically the whole building, so you can report as a whole building, and app connections is more for engineers, so you don't really need to get involved in that. So let's start with alert devices. If you select alert devices, you'll be greeted with a list of all of the alerts. This is in our test lab, so we've only got 3 devices connected, and you'll see on here that the 3 devices, and you'll see the amount of calls on the first page for each area, for each room or resident, how long the average time it took to accept the call. So an acceptable call is when a carer clicks accept on the smartphone app to say they've accepted the call. You'll get average response time. The response time is based on the time it takes for somebody to go to the carer and clear the call at the bed head using the nurse call system. And the third column here is the average accept time to response. So it just gives you an idea of how long it is taking carers to get from accepting a call to responding to a call. These are averages, and they provide you a good holistic view of how quickly you responded to any given resident. What you can then do is you can drill down into the resident and really find out what's been going on any given period. So let's select bedroom 503 at the moment. So let's go in here and go in, and we can see all of the alerts for this given period. Basically, you can select any given period. So for example, here I've got a month from the 1st of November 2017 to the 1st of December 2017, and you can see all of the alerts for that given period. You can filter by call type. So for example, if you only wanted to have a look at emergency calls, you could select emergency calls, and there you can see just the emergency calls, and you can see the individual calls that were made in that given time. You can see the user that accepted, the carer that accepted the call. You can see how long it took them to accept the call once the alert was set off. You can see the time it took them once they accepted the call to get to the room and to respond to that call, and it gives you the average, the accept time to response time. So it gives you the time between when the call was accepted to when the call was cleared. All very powerful information for a staff member to have, or a management team to have. Again, you can go on any of the different filters and filter just assistance calls, or you could have filtered just the average call. So you can filter down on the type of calls. So that gives you a real understanding of what's happening on a per user basis, from the average time through to specific calls in any given period. And that can be filtered, as I say, in any given period. It could be a month, a day, a year, whatever. You can filter on that. So that really is user reporting. So if we go back to the main reporting tab here, we can go into users, which are staff members basically, and we can really look at what the staff members are doing. You can see here, for example, in that given period, Jane Doe has accepted 13 calls. Her average time to accept a call was 13 seconds. Her average time to respond after accepting that call was 1 minute 8 seconds. And the time it's taken her from accepted to responding is 55 seconds. Gives you a real idea of who's taking what calls and what workloads are like in the different wings, floors, etc. Quite powerful information really in terms, so you can see who's doing what when. So that's user reporting. We can then report on the different zones. So if we look here, the zones set up on here, we've got 5 zones set up on here. If we look at the older zone, for example, in this given period, there were 24 alerts. It gives you the average time to accept, the average time to respond, and the average time response to call. So you can see which zones are busier or quieter, and assign resources based on the amount of calls generated accordingly. Finally, you can report across the whole building. So that will give you the ability to report across the whole entire building to see in any given period how many alerts were generated by residents, and also give you an understanding of how long it's taken you to accept calls, how long it's taken you to respond to calls, and how long it's taken from accept to response. Again, quite powerful information in terms of making sure that you can look at constant improvement in dealing with calls from residents. Finally, any of these reports can be downloaded into CSV. So if you particularly want to export anything, you can look at an individual resident in individual time frames. So let's go from the 1st of November to the 22nd of November. You've got all of their calls in that any given period. And you quite simply, if you want to export those to Excel or CSV, you literally set up your filters and just hit download. Download, you can then open up that Excel and have all the pertinent information in there to be used in management information. Hopefully that's of use to you, and thank you ever so much.